Isn't your God at the loo? Maybe you must wait for your God to come back from the lavatory. I will only ever speak about their God coming back from the lavatory. They will try to kill me, but they will fail. They will not be able to knock me out. And just as I was moving out of the old ministry, there was a spell done by the lady at YouTube on some, listen, you must quit altogether. Don't even bother a new ministry. Don't go, don't try. What are you doing? Like, listen, the Lion of the tribe of Judah has roared. Who can but prophesy? She's sadistic. It's unfortunate. She's become this thing. She was like a prostitute, but South Africa is full of unloving men, especially in the black community. Yes, I'm not blanket painting. I know that there are better people out there, but those who are running the show within the Pareto principle are destroying enough for it to be a thing of a non-mentionable. So because she was not loved as a prosy, because she was not brought down from the ledge of prostitution, yeah, now she's destroying innocent girls. She's destroying innocent women. She is destroying righteous women. And it has become a prerogative in entire life. And that's why I have dedicated my ministry to trying to snatch females. And whatever men want to listen to me anyway, whatever do you, right? I'm trying to snatch women from crazy ideologies and so therefore from the flames of hell. And I'm also trying to make you open your eyes, pop them, peel them like some onions. Peel your eyes open to see, okay, scan the periphery, gather data. That out there and literally almost every third or second person, we are tagata. And so you can't just be jolaring raf. You don't know if you're organically in love. The only way that you're going to know that you're organically in love is if you're super consecrated and God is out here being the one to orchestrate your love story. Me then personally as Karabo at this gargantuan age of 41, with people trying to make me open Ispatch because they think that my nether regions are a wallet. Yeah. The Lord showed me I'm gonna get married, and I'm going to get married in particular to an American man. Like I said, I'm going to America, and my first pregnancy is going to be conceived easily. I won't struggle, even though I've got apparently a geriatric womb. And I am going to carry to term twins that are a boy and a girl for a first pregnancy, just as a starter. Yes, from whatever age I get married. And listen, it's not 41 because I'm 41 now. I'm not going to struggle to conceive. I am going to be all right. And all right, some more. And I'm going to be able to finally live and thrive. And I am going to move to a country that has closed its borders to immigrants because we've got enough. Precisely because my case is going to be that unique. I am leaving, and I am getting married, and I am having children, and I am going. Not only am I doing all of these things as I'm speaking about these ducks in a row, I am also going to apparently, allegedly, even though I don't want to, because I'm tired, I'm going to win a massive lawsuit in South Africa against MTN, against Alexander Forbes, against Investec, against, listen, just a cornucopia of crazy companies that mixed together literally just destroyed a woman's entire life and eliminated from the face of the earth like an eraser her 30s. I'm gonna win it according to God, but I don't want to fight it because I'm tired of liars and I'm tired of South Africa. I don't want to be here. I don't want to come back here and litigate. I don't want to fight a case, but according to God, I'm gonna win anyway, because that's the thing about God. He's the one that plans. You might get exhausted in the middle of your journey, but he's the one that determines a thing. And sometimes when you get over the age of 35 or 40, you think you're tired, you're old, you're wasted. You think that there's nothing of steam left in you anymore. You think your bones are just kind of, there's no cartilage. Everything is just creaking. There's no cartilage like that ghost that I spoke about earlier. Your bones are creaking like a haunting. They're cracking as you move. You feel tired. You don't have as much stamina and energy, because you're over the age of 40, and so for those reasons you feel like you could never ever just have the vigor of fight in you that existed in your younger years, until you remember that the Colonel, what KFC, only made success with that particular brand from the age of, I believe, 50 something. So there are people that God grants prosperity in their very latter years of life. And then you also, I've been watching movies of the Bible, right? And like Genesis and what have you. And Abraham was thoroughly, like, when he was taken out of his daddy's land and everything, and made to just start embarking on random journeys. The guy was like 74. Like, the ages of people in the Bible, they will make you take perspective, literally take stock about you feeling like you all tired and geriatric, all like cobwebbed from just a tiny age of 30. Like, people got qualms with 30, dog, 30. Like, when people turn 30, they be out here panicking until you listen to the ages that people did stuff in the Bible, and you're like, say what? Like, Isaac got married at 40 to Rebecca. Let's just put that out there. And then she struggled to conceive for 15 years. So the guy was in his 50s. How did Isaac wait 40 years to marry? 40. Why was that even normal? Yeah. Why did the guy get from the age of 1 to 40 without it just kind of coming in the minds of parents and everybody around that, listen, the guy needs to get married? Like, why wasn't it just dwelling in their bones that maybe when he was like 25 that, hey, let me get a wife? When he was 26, now when you turn 30, people be like, yo, 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 and they start running around like headless chickens, okay? Because the society is ageistic in the worst way. It is ageistic. And while I understand that people back in the day used to live to ripe old ages, what you need to understand is that a ripe old age is a gift from God, because long life are in his hands and pleasures everlasting. And God is the one that cut the age of man to the age of 120 after the days of Noah caused so much wickedness on the earth that God cut their days to 120 years. So they lived longer because they were righteous. They were holier. But it still is a thing, or was a thing back then, because Abraham was a man that was full of years. He was like full of years. When he was given his initial promises, his initial calling, he was like 70 something, 74, I believe. Like when I listened to Genesis, I was like, herein lies these people in 2025 out here breaking their necks over turning 30. And this guy was given a purpose at all at 74. He was given a purpose at 74. All along, he didn't know what the Lord was going to give. He was told that your wife Sarah is going to have a son, Isaac, and he laughed and he was like, why don't you just give my son Isaac, not Isaac, but Ishmael, a promise, rather him? And God was like, no, I chose Sarah. Somewhere along the way in that whole line. The man was old when he moved out of his father's camp and his people's household and embarked on a call of God. So, guys, Everton, God can treat you like you're a spring chicken when you are 63. Also, another story that really resonates in the scriptures is Moses. You remember Moses? The Hebrews really messed up, and God was big mad at them for their golden calf and all that stuff. And then what did Jesus say? What did God say? What did the Father say? He was like, I am going to wipe these people off the face of the earth and I'm going to make you a nation. At that stage, Moses is like decrepit. Like, he is old. Moses is old. And God is like, I am going to wipe these people after their golden calf sacrifice. He's like, I am going to wipe these people after their golden calf sacrifice off the face of the earth, and I'm going to make you a big people, a massive nation. So I'm going to start from scratch. Screw you. Forget about Abraham. No, Abraham, Isaac, the promise to Abraham is in you, in just you, Moses. And Moses then interceded and was like, God, but like the people in Egypt are going to say that you took the people of God out from Egypt only to lay them as carcasses in the wilderness. For your own name's sake, save them. And then God salvaged them. But God was prepared to literally start from scratch with Moses. And when he wanted to start from scratch with Moses, Moses was how old? He was close to death. He was close to the age that he would ultimately die. Because that golden calf happened, was it before or after them twisting in the wilderness for 40 years or whatever? God was prepared to start from scratch with him. So what I'm trying to explain is that what God does not see the way that we see. I think of myself as an old woman with a geriatric womb, but the Lord sees Sarah. He sees Rachel and he sees Hannah. The Lord sees, I see a spinster. He sees a single young woman. I see biological clock ticking. He sees a fertile woman with a whole perfectly viable womb that is usable to bake some babies in an oven. And you will see, the Lord is not ageistic, and the Lord is not governed by the laws of man. And he does not do things in accordance to what we think ought happen. So, Mina, as Karabo, as tired as I feel, and as much as I imagine that I don't even have cartilage anymore in my bones, because I'm 5 seconds away from making like the grudge when I'm crawling, okay? With me creaking, the Lord happens to see a woman that is exhausted because of spiritual war, but there is so much energy in her that she's one day going to fight a lawsuit, a multi-million rand lawsuit, and win it. And she's somehow, somewhere along the way, going to prosper to have twin children as a first pregnancy, get married. She's going to get immigrated out of a nation, and she is going to share her testimony from another country. Proper people are finishing up their closing. They're getting hysterectomies. They're getting vasectomies at my age. They're closing shop. They're closing themselves. They're getting neutered, if you will, like if they were animals. And I'm just getting started, apparently, because I belong to the God of the Bible. I gave my life to him at the age of 26, expecting that, give me a husband in the next year and I'm still single at 41. Give me a husband in the next year and I'm still single at 41. The Lord saw it fit to do things that way to remind you that the God of the Old Testament that split the Red Sea, that gave Sarah a baby, that gave Hannah a baby, that gave Rachel a baby, is the God of the New Testament that also gave Elizabeth a baby. Like, he's the same God. He has never changed. And so I hold on to him. I trust him. I latch on. I don't ditch. I don't skip. I don't skedaddle. I don't split. I don't bounce. I just hang. I'm waiting on God. And nobody is going to disillusion me. Nobody's going to make me feel like, yo, I was born now. And especially when I live in a country where that does not practice witchcraft anymore, y'all. Maragushubile out there, and I'm not trying to marry, I'm not trying to marry a guy, Oloyang. I don't want to be with a guy that is bitter, but that thinks that he can be different to me. He's bitter against women, but then he thinks that he can be better to me. Like Hitler, loving a Jew. Strangely, I'm not going to marry a guy that's going to go into a French museum making like Turlot in Oceans 11 or 12 and steal Napoleon's crown. Yeah, because that did happen in France. I'm not dating a guy that's into random like Oceans 11 or Oceans 12 or Oceans 13 type theft and think that because it's so high, it's so white collar, that it's then acceptable. Like I said, they commit white collar crimes. Like, no. I could yella Muna that's gonna glamorize theft because he thinks he is Brad Pitt in Oceans 11 or whatever. I'm not marrying that. I'm not getting into a union with a dude that has no reverence for the holiness of God and the fact that I have mad respect for it and that I don't want to be muddied or mired and that I'm exhausted, fatigued from spiritual war. But he doesn't care because at the end of the day, listen, I always get what I want and you're going to give it to me. So this lady at YouTube, she's going to give these guys my contacts again. She's going to fax them. It's her job. It's her mandate. She can't not give them my contacts. She can't rebel. She can't just say, I don't want to do this anymore because then they're just going to eliminate her. She's stranded. She's trapped. She's stuck. Ahoy. There's nothing she can do. So inevitably in my new ministry, these crazy putmadresas that belong to these cults that really desperately want to make out of me a side piece, a concubine, they're gonna keep trying, but mine is to hold fast. So guys, if I can endure 11 years, whoever will be watching this by whenever you will be watching it, of holding fast to my guns in Christ, because listen, count the cost of being a disciple. Yeah, if I can latch on to my guns and my bazookas in Jesus Christ, for 11 years, when you're still young and you're fresh and you've got a family that loves you and you are yet to be in so much attrition as I am, you have no excuse to be accommodating the trash of the earth. You have no excuse to be making like Tyler dating Travis Scott. You have no excuse to be giving some strange dude a baby out of wedlock, and you have no excuse to be impatient. Out here almost as if though your bladder is full and you can't stop wiggling around, and that's how fast you want to be making babies. No, you cannot desperately be giving random people kids that are going to make out of you. At least that's what you say to yourself, at least I'm his first baby mama. Mamiline guys, you can't even keep affording to be making all these babies. Why? Because of the fact that there's so much venereal disease. Like now, you're not the only threat when you're busy out here having unprotected sex in this hookup culture is not just pregnancy, it's also illness, and this disease is incurable. I was reading an article the other day on, I think, IOL, speaking about how South Africa might be very close to a cure for HIV. Listen, if there is going to be a cure for HIV, it will not come from this country. We are too judged to be winning Nobel Peace Prizes for medicine. It's not going to come from here. South Africa is too judged to bring anything good forth. They must first repent if they want God's good tidings. You will not be accoladed on a global stage. You are not going to pioneer medically a cure for something that the world has been desperately longing for years. You might come really close, but you will not get very far. You've indeed got brilliant scientists and brilliant minds in this land. Listen, I come from here. Elon Musk is from here. A whole chunk of really gifted people are South African, but you keep kicking us out. You keep putting us in the diaspora. So you are not going to pioneer a cure for HIV. I'm telling you right now. It might come somewhere along the way in this world from some other country, but not from you. Notice how Israel has won the most Nobel Prizes out of any other single nation in the world. It's because they're God's chosen people. If you have been rejected by the Lord, you will not pioneer something so groundbreaking as a cure for HIV. But hey, you'll come close. You'll come close. It would be great if that cure was found, because then a lot of these people that are bitter thanks to AIDS might just stop doing a strange thing. And a lot of people that were infected horrifically by crazy, spiteful folk will come around. But understand, if it happens, it's not coming from here. Any other country. It might even come from Israel. I don't know. But it won't come from South Africa. I don't hate this country. I am big mad. I despise what it's done to me. No, I changed my mind. I actually do hate it. I'm sorry you made me hate this nation. I'm trying to euphemize here. I'm trying to be light-hearted, a little bit less angry in this ministry. Because I come from huffing and puffing and blowing the house down like the big bad wolf in the other space. But now I listen, I don't care. Aknatabaka South Africa, I'm done. You have breathed sighs of relief over the fact that I got nowhere. You have been relieved over the travesty that I am. What the heck? I hate you. But do a better thing and you might win yourself recovery to affections from when it is that I guess I'm hanging out in some other nation very, very far away. This here is my introductory video, and I don't know how many parts it is, but yeah, this is me. This is who I am. Then this is how long I can speak for. And it's a beautiful, like, starting point to let people know that this is what I come from, this is what I'm fighting, this is the war I'm at. And if you want to get the you know, a more full-bodied discussion about what in the world I'm going through, go to my old ministries. Go to my the one that is in my description box, and also not description box but in the end screen. That video will lead you to my old ministry. But if you go to my description box in my old ministry, it'll then lead you to my even older ministries to see what war I have been at for all these years. That's what we're dealing with. Yes, I am going to continue in this ministry to do shorts. I will basically just carry on having a regular YouTube channel, but that's going absolutely nowhere. Was that a long introduction? Well, I mean, it deserved all that length. It deserved all that girth because I had to set a tone. I had to set a tone, and I also had to encourage myself. I had to set a tone and I had to encourage myself. I'm finished. I feel like I've spoken my piece. I'm fra with exhaustion. It's 5 minutes past 10 a.m. Listen, I don't know how long I've been talking for, but I'm probably gonna sleep until like 3:30 in the afternoon and then just like wake up and then sleep again. But I can't sleep for too long because if I sleep, spiritual attack, it's giving, I can't sleep for too long and during strange hours because then I just get bombarded by demonic abuse. That is the story of my life. Are you happy? Are you edified? Did you like my stories? I'm that girl that tells stories. I've got a very, very fruitful life. Yes. I told you about the prostitutes. I read you a prostitution rebuke in Ezekiel 16. I told you about me ending up in a prostitutee joint, albeit not being a prostitute. And I told you about moderators and how they prostitute themselves sometimes to put madlesas that pay them bribes to destroy content creators' lives. And I told you about the incredible, insatiable prostitution of South Africa and how, like Gomer, it appears the chick just can't stop going back to a whore husband or whatever. A whore lover boy pimp person. Like the chick just can't stop going. It's like the strat, because she about these streets. She keeps on trapping these streets. She loves the cul-de-sac. She loves the robot and the pedestrian crossing. She loves the cat eyes. Motorata N1 highway or like a mastrata. That's South Africa. She's all about these cul-de-sac streets. She be adoring these T-junction vibrants. She be out here hanging out and frankly just making out with a public display of affection with a yield sign. Mastrata. Yes, Africa's a mastrata. She's a prostitute. She's a whore. And she's like father like daughter. Like father like son, like mother like daughter, like mother like son. She be out making like Gomorrah and Samaria. South Africa ke mastrata. Orata M1 le N3. Orata highway to Durban. Tandi strata lo muntu. Ha! Skontiri. South Africa. Whore of prolific proportions. She is a harlot. And I live in a harlot as a virgin, quote unquote, spiritually, because yeah, no, I've had sex before. I'm living right in the center of a whore as a virgin. It's like a prostitute being pregnant. That's what South Africa's like with Christians. The baby inside is completely pure and innocent, but goodness, it's mom. It's mom. It's just all about these streets and doesn't even know who the baby daddy is. South Africa is pregnant with Christians, but it is pregnant from indiscretion and harlotry, prostitution. Even though God gave her a nose ring like Israel, God gave her jewelry like Israel, God gave her hair bands, cute dresses like Israel, and then she decided that she's gonna go and sell herself as a prosy in the street corner over there. And then determine within her bones that albeit God having loved her, given that she gave herself to Him, that he's going to maintain his affections for her and gaze upon her with adoration now that she is a brothel chick. Now that that's South Africa. She thinks that a loving God who loves piety and holiness is going to actually be writing all that out. Nah, the Lord will clap you and hand you over to your enemies. He will hand you over to other countries to devour you. He will take your best people and move them to the diaspora. He will take your nation and squelch its economy. He will make soot out of the food in your plates. You will eat ash and dust. You will not be able to enjoy your lives. You can't korobela every last person that you meet, because then what are your marriages looking like? You are not going to be joyful in those marriages. South Africa, you cannot expect, after the Lord God Almighty awarded you redemption out of apartheid, turn awry a whore and wear a mini skirt on the corner of the street and show men your thighs and spread your legs like it's written here in Ezekiel 16. And hope that the Lord is going to, in spite of all of your harlotry, do you understand what I'm saying? When he is a jealous God, you can't expect that you're going to keep on maintaining all those pretty jewels on your ears and all those rings on your fingers and those cute dresses that you bought from wherever. You're not going to keep them on. You're going to sell them, you're going to squander them, you're going to squelch them, they're going to go out in the diaspora. You gave your jewelry to other people. I was a gem from your streets. I was a diamond literally mined out of Kimberley, that big hole. I came out of your own country, and now I'm going to be adorning the ears of the US. Understand, it's a thing. This here, what I am, is a curse on your nation, but a blessing on me. You gave me, you vomited me to another country. You insisted that I live like this, and so therefore I can't live. That's what you did. So God is going to rip out the jewelry from your ears, seeing as you saw it fit to melt it down as a goldsmith and make a golden calf. You don't deserve jewels then. Let somebody else go and put beautiful jewelry on the necks of your daughters, because you don't deserve beautiful women. Labalasha, you throw them away. You throw your most glorious gems away. So whatever. Do you run in these streets skedaddle? Okay? Make like you Bobby. Muna wako ki Bobby when I'm goho. Muna wako ki dogo. Keep on entering into marital unfaithfulness. Keep on thinking that it is appropriate to marry virgins over the gangsters. Keep on availing opportunity for crazy men to take some of the best women. And keep on just hiring ladies, relatively decent boyfriends, period blood. Keep on licious abanna and basadi, keep on licious abasadi. Like, carry on. Keep your cesspool. Keep your cesspool. Keep on infecting and reinfecting each other. Keep on living as roommates in households, even though proper when you first started dating right now, and cold front. Keep on changing on wives with men. As soon as you enter into a marriage, but you are changed, you're not the same. House and only busy, only very focused on that chick. When you were busy proposing marriage on Talobola, when you were busy dating Nijola, little all over the show. Now that you're married, say only cold, say only ice front, it's only igloo. Igloo. Also comfortable, you're not cozy, you're not hospitable anymore. Now you're an igloo. Chick out to be making like an Eskimo in Antarctica. And when she's in your house, she's out to hang out in an igloo because you're still all that cold. So long bit, carry on. Marana, igloo. And I'm also not going to be an Eskimo. I'm not going to walk around in a mink coat in my own house because he called front. It's clear he doesn't even put me on his socials, and neither do I put him on my socials because I'm in rebellion. Eventually. Cheppies. Yeah, did you know? Why it's red? Ashem, 2 minutes is enough. Because it's unchewable the way it gets so hard later on. Yellow, blue. You will treat other red like square jaw, dog, like square jaw. Yeah. Because we're not forced that you want to eat cheppies, so next thing you're out of building a jaw and develop from chewing it. So I believe that bubble gum. Very hard. How could that chippies at any over and above it? Oh, an ice cube on my mates, yabatang. Elemomo, we tease extra, even like ceramic tile. but you still chewing. Keep on having those kinds of marriages that are hard to chew. Just like Chippy say already, over and above. Uriati and just like a speech. Onwele menzi, a batang. And only the ice. With Chippy say in your mouth. And that's your husband. That's your wife. That's everybody. And then next thing you clap abantwana you don't give children affection. I spoke about that in my last video, exit video. I was complaining about coldness in the black family, coldness in the black community. To writhe, to wither, to suffocate, without being given love, until people become GBV monsters in the future and girlfriends are out making out of themselves little harlots that hate other women. Continue with your shebe, okay? Take your country. Mara I get to le long mamelaneng ne bulukile ba osi le bontate ba teng ba go satana mo strateng ka di mamlambo. I get to long mamelaneng because osi ki mo on bloki. Mara, this is my first channel, my first video. I don't know how many channels in total I'm gonna have as at right now, and as I'm recording this video I have not yet started channels, but I'll know how many I decide to create. Because I tend to have more than one, because it makes me feel like there's a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? Even though there's like nothing going on in my channels. Having more than one channel gives me a sense of an illusion that there's a lot going on. So yeah. Alright, you guys, like I'm done. I've spoken my piece. Listen, there's a smile on my face. Look at it. Hey? Like I'm glowing like the sun. I'm iridescent. I'm resplendent. Like kala rainbow. I'm a kaleidoscope. Because I got to speak my piece. So praise Jesus, I get rain. Whatever. Spita parafini la spita la papa la sanya. And I cannot daba anymore. Kill me guys. I got what you urasedi kana ampora I can mahoshing. Ebelesa repenti. I can show redin sangmo. I can show. Little tuta hosekaloye. Little tuta hotrohelan to snacks secomorajo. Ntle tuta go ska spita and it's tuta go ska demanda di cohabitation ntse le fateng seta le dintswa tsa sa etseng sense e bathong ntse le knya ba sa di mantlong a lona le bo outi mo mantlong le sa gone le bathong le business le patala rente mara lo bola e kae ntse le fateng seta le tla tuta go tswa mo ntse snacks tse jalo. Stay soft stay soft. Le tla knya mo aga di jersey tsa lona hore le gone finally hore jersey ga go e gona o menega. Because right now itile with Dutch. Kona iso now tsamaya nje fela robot. A movie because you've hardened your heart. So mmelo go fela utile. Le tla para stay soft le tla kenya stay soft mo matlalong a lona le mo diaparong hore di gone o menega. Because right now we're here hard against the God of the universe. And in that state, listen, I cannot have a limbs and because I am signing out in the name of Jesus Christ. I hope you've been edified, Crank. I'll see you again very soon. I'm glad that I moved over to the space. It's giving relief from our put matlesa abanye abanyanyisa. Crank. Peace.